All right, let's talk about one of the most maddening problems you can have in business. You've got a website, you've put in the work, but it's just not getting you any customers. So today we're going to break down exactly what to fix, and maybe even more importantly, the order you need to fix it in. This right here, I feel like I hear this every single week. You look at your stats, you can see people are showing up, but the phone is silent, the inbox is a ghost town. It honestly feels like you're shouting into a black hole. I'm guessing for a lot of you, this hits pretty close to home. If you run a business, you've probably felt this exact pain. You did the hard part, you got people to your digital front door, but for some reason, they just won't walk inside. And so, where does your brain immediately go? Well, it must be a traffic problem, right? The logic seems simple. If we just get more people, more eyeballs on the page, then surely some of them have to turn into customers. That's just a numbers game. But here is the big, critical idea we're diving into. If your website isn't actually built to turn a visitor into a customer, then all more traffic does is burn more of your money to show more people that your system is broken. It just makes the problem bigger, faster. So let's unpack that a little bit, because what usually happens is that businesses start by treating the symptom, not the actual disease. Okay, here's a classic one. A business owner is convinced they're losing out on jobs because their prices are too high. They feel like they're just in a constant race to the bottom, always having to give the cheapest quote to get the work. But you know what? It's almost never about the price. It's a positioning problem. Think about it. If your website makes you look and sound exactly like your 10 other competitors, what other choice have you given the customer? Price becomes the only thing they can use to tell you apart. Or how about this one? You've thrown some money at Facebook ads, maybe boosted some posts, dabbled in Google, and got nothing. So the conclusion is, well, I guess ads just don't work for my industry. But again, we're looking at the wrong thing. The ads probably worked perfectly. They did their job. They sent people to your website. The real failure was that once those people landed, the website gave them nowhere to go. It was a digital dead end. All that potential just evaporated. And this really gets to the core of why just chasing more traffic is a losing strategy right from the get-go. Let's look at the two most common ways people try to get traffic. First, you've got boosting social posts. This is kind of like a scattergun approach. You're just spraying your message out there hoping the right person sees it. But when they click, they land on a confusing site and they're gone in a second. Then you have Google Ads, which is much better. It's targeted. These are people actively searching for what you do. But if your site isn't set up to convert, you're just paying more and more for clicks that go nowhere. And this shows you what ads are really for. Ads are not a magic wand to fix a broken process. Ads are an accelerator. They're gasoline. You pour them on a fire that's already burning to make it bigger, not to start the fire in the first place. Okay, so if throwing traffic at the wall isn't the answer, what is? Well, the good news is there is a system for this. And it's not about working harder, it's about working smarter, in the right order. And this is the million-dollar question, right? This is where most people get stuck. They try to fix everything at once, or they just tinker with the easiest thing they can think of. But the sequence is everything. So here it is, the 5 steps in this exact order. Now just look at what's at the end of the list. Ads are step 5. Even getting traffic isn't until step 4. The entire foundation is built in the first 3 steps. So step 1, positioning and messaging. This is about getting ruthlessly clear on who you're for. Who is your absolute perfect customer? What problem do you solve for them? And how are you different from everyone else? Getting that right changes the whole game. Then, and only then, you move to step 2, your offering. This is about making what you do dead simple to understand. Not we provide custom solutions, but something like the 3-week kitchen remodel plan. It's specific and clear. Step 3 is the website structure. Your site can't be a maze. It has to be a guided tour. It needs to say, here's the problem, here's our plan to fix it, and here's the very next thing you should do. Once those 3 are rock solid, then you can worry about step 4, getting consistent traffic, and finally, step 5, hitting the gas with ads. Let's make this real with an example. We saw a builder who was really struggling. On his website, he was just a general builder. So naturally, he was competing with every other builder out there, and he was getting crushed on price. The fix wasn't more traffic. It was a simple change in positioning. He became a bespoke renovation specialist. Same guy, same skills, totally different position in the market. And what happened after just that one change? It was incredible. Suddenly, he was getting higher quality inquiries. All the time wasters, the tire kickers, they just stopped calling because the website wasn't for them anymore. The owner started doing more of the work he actually loved to do. And best of all, he was no longer competing on price. That's what getting step one right can do. You see, when you follow this order, you completely transform what your website is for your business. It stops being just another expense on your balance sheet and it starts becoming your most valuable asset. But getting there means facing a bit of a hard truth. When a website isn't delivering, it's very rarely because the owner hasn't been trying hard enough. It's this. It's not a lack of effort. It's a lack of order. Most businesses have all the right ingredients. They're just trying to bake the cake in the wrong sequence. You can't add traffic to a site with no structure and expect results. You can't have a great design without clear messaging and expect it to convert. So the big mindset shift is this. Your website is not just a digital brochure. It's not an online business card that you just have to have. It should be an active, automated system that is working for you 24/7 to drive growth and bring in leads. And that really leaves us with the one big question you should ask yourself. When you look at your website right now, is it truly a business asset that's pushing you forward, or is it just a digital address where good customers go to get lost? The answer, as we've seen, is all in the order.